Hi guys, welcome to this review looking at this kit, relatively new from TAKOM, of the ZRY222 Unmanned Combat Ground Vehicle and Robot Wolves Unmanned Combat System from TAKOM. Okay, so first things first, is this an unusual model? Well, maybe this is what all model kits are going to look like to depict contemporary armor systems. Let's ask Grok what the heck this thing is.
Yeah, the ZRY222 is real. It's a tracked unmanned combat vehicle the Chinese PLA rolled out last year, armed with rockets for infantry support. But those robot wolves, they're actually the quadruped ones, four-legged bots that look like mechanical dogs, not wolves exactly, but nicknamed that way. They've been tested in drills since late 2025, even simulating beach assaults like against Taiwan. Here's what the ZRY222 looks like. It's more tank bot than wolf, with missiles on top. And the actual robot wolves in action? Quadrupeds charging ahead in exercises. They're in service now, not just prototypes. PLA's pushing hard on unmanned swarms. Kind of wild how fast this stuff's moving.
Okay, there you go. It's real. Let's have a look at the contents. Okay, smallish box. And this kit is also boxed with the ZRY222 PLA combat tank. So we've got inside here instructions, little bag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a look at these parts in detail and the instructions. Let's start with the instructions. As usual, TAKOM, you get the sprue layout, and yeah, the usual stuff. Build up a lower hull of the vehicle with its associated suspension, running gear, etc. Then you're on to what are the road wheels. Tracks are Lincoln length. Upper hull, details get fitted on, blah blah blah, no options. There's the turret, and it looks like these are anti-tank missiles that are loaded on the side of the turret and a machine gun. So how much is that? 11, 12 steps and you're done. Looks kind of simple. And then the combat wolves, which is make 6 legs, How many wolves do you get inside here? I thought it would give you an option as well to do one of them. I'll just show you the box art why I say that. On the box art, it shows them mounted with, like, as if it's like in a resting position, and then one without a weapon and then one with a weapon. So I gather there's a few versions available to build, but it doesn't seem that clear in the instructions. What is entirely missing is any paint call outs whatsoever. There's none at all. So what you've got to go off of is the box art, and of course, because it's a real vehicle, references. Let's have a look at the parts. These sprues are small, so I can show you a macro right from the start to give you a good indication of the detail. Let's do that. There we go. You can see there's quite a lot of detail molded on the parts, including fine details. You have to be a bit careful with this. So those are the lower hull. There's the top, and there you can see the mounting for the turret. There's the lower. This is very small, very, very small. It's going to fit inside the palm of your hands. I reckon it's about the size of a 1/72 scale tank, but we'll see that soon, because let me just build it all up and show you what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, here is the running gear. You know, this is just a little bit of a drawback, okay? You've got very fine road wheel or return rollers. Look at the size of the sprue connection point. That is necessary that they can mold it, but just be careful when you remove it, when you clean it up, etc. See if there's any detail on the reverse side. There's the tracks. They're really simple. Have they got guide horns? Yes, they do. They look really, really simple. There's the independent lengths. So as a very small kit, very few parts, is it going to be easy to build? Well, maybe, maybe not. There's going to be lots of small parts to deal with so bear that in mind. But the detail, like look at these sprockets, looks absolutely great. This is the final sprue of the UGV. There you can see these launchers. You got a bit of slide molding, so the launchers, or the launcher tubes, are one piece. That's kind of nice. There you can see the sides of the turret. Are these aerials or the barrel? These are aerials, antennae. And where is the barrel of the main weapon? Somewhere. Okay, I found it. That is not slide molded. It is extremely slender for a machine gun, but they can be. In fact, I would say that it's actually even a smaller diameter than the radio antennae. This sprue has the combat wolves on them. And there you can just see their legs. And also you've got the Chinese current assault rifle. I don't know what it's called. You guys can tell me in the comments. This part is broken. And it's broken on both sprues. That sometimes happens because it's extremely fine piece of detail, and the stress of it has just caused it to break. But that is just a piece of rod, easy to replace. Bit of slide molding here for whatever details they are. Looks all pretty good. And yeah, these are going to be kind of fun to build. There is 3 of these combat wolves, and I think you have to work out how to pose them. We have a single fret of PE. Some of it is very, very fine. Are they optional? Well, these parts won't be. These look to detail the road wheels or the drive sprocket or something. And then these other details. So this is particularly fine. If you don't like very, very fine photo etch detail, this might put you off. And finally, a transparent sprue, which I gather are sensors for the UGV. There are no water stickers, markings whatsoever inside the kit. Okay, so that's the review. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's get on with the build and show you what these things look like built up. Okay, here we are. I've built up all of the models, all 4 of them. It took me about, I think, 4.5 hours. So it was like a day at the bench. Let's bring in tight and close and do some critique on these models. Okay, starting off with the ZRY222. And you know when I bought this kit, I bought it on a whim, just as a sort of like quick weekend build, and I thought it'd be kind of quirky and fun to build. And I have to say that this is not the easiest kit to build at all. It definitely is in more like advanced, maybe intermediate. And let me just caveat that by why do I say that? Well, okay, as I went through the process, first of all, the hull isn't exactly easy to build up. It's got very, very slender attachment points. And also, like getting panels to line wasn't the easiest thing to do, but it can be done. And you have to be mindful to the instructions as well. The real sort of clincher, I think, is the photo etch here, particularly on this drive sprocket, yeah? That is held on by very small amounts of CA, and I even had the trouble where one of them came off while I was attaching the link and length tracks. And just by the nature of these small parts, it isn't the easiest build. I can't really knock it because I like this detail. I like the way that they gave us this photo etch part here, and it really adds to it. And as you can see, it is such a small model. I think the detail level is really pretty good. Talking about the turret, well, of course it rotates, yeah, and in fact the machine gun as well will depress as well. It's kind of tight, I don't really want to mess with it. This launcher here is, well, it's designed to pivot, but I would lock it in place because it just sort of, you know, doesn't really sit properly. The connection points as well on the support, that's kind of tricky to do, to get it right. This is fixed, by the way, these two tubes here. And then this optic here, I think this is kind of disappointing. It's just loose, it doesn't fit very well. It really needs a polycap in order for it to, you know, be rotated. So that needs to be locked down and glued into place, really. Then the other thing that I've noticed, this, like I sort of pointed out in the review of the parts, the slenderness of this machine gun barrel. It is too slender. It seems a little bit too petite for a machine gun, and the reason I noted that is because it's smaller than the diameter of the rifle barrel. So anyways, cute little vehicle. One thing also, okay, you get these clear optics, yeah, which is commendable, but honestly there's really no point because there's no masks or anything provided. And also, well, these are the tail lights as well. Wouldn't they also be clear parts? But besides that, I kind of like its appearance, and it is kind of unique, and I suppose it is detailed. I don't know if it's accurate or not. I didn't look at that. Okay, let's move on and talk about the combat wolves. And I've assembled them as per the instructions. And you have got a little bit of leeway in how you build them. And I have to say, these things are, yeah, a little bit fiddly, to say the least, okay? Now, in terms of options, the only sort of option you've got is in the legs. So this one here that I've got, like, you know, having a rest, you could have also posed him upright, walking, you know. The detail on these is pretty good. They are extremely fiddly. Lots of small little parts, easy to break. Even the legs, each one is 3 parts, and I see why they did that. I have to say it's probably the only way that you could do it, and because they made it that way, it allows you to manipulate the actual legs, which is it's a good plus point. So I've got that one there, which I think is like an ammo carrier, and he's sort of stable. And then this guy here, I posed him as if he is actually walking. You can do that because of the nature of the way that they made the joints on the legs. So that's kind of commendable. And even there's some leeway as well at what would be the sort of hip joints as well, and the way that you pose them. And this one, of course, is the one carrying the weapons. You get another 3 assault rifles included, and these are the ones with the broken antennae as well that I pointed out in the review. Now, the other thing I'll say is that this PE, this part here is a triangular part. It's meant to cover that gap there. It just doesn't fit. Or maybe I didn't put on in the right way, so I discarded that. That is a very, very small detail I didn't put on. And then these are for the leg joints. And you can see what I've done. I haven't done. And I do like details, but I thought this was a bit too much. And, you know, as they stand, I think they look okay. They look reasonably detailed. And of course, it's the first time I think we've got a model kit of these attack combat wolves. So guys, that's the review. You've seen the build up. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.